y'all. Welcome back.
What's going on?
Oh my God. Do you guys see who's in the studio? My brother's back.
Wait, is there a clap?
I think so. I don't. Yep.
Bam.
Bam.
Drop one of Clue's bombs.
And that one.
Period.
Hey, you guys. As you know, I am Shay Harris, the hostess with the mostest, and this is my brother.
Joey Streeter back again. What's up, Milwaukee? What's going on?
Y'all listen, if you don't know, this is Mr. Get You a Piece
Yes,
from Get You a
yes.
Piece Pod. I am so happy to have him back. Y'all know he had moved and now he's back, and I am so excited. Shout out to John, who is not here, but we still love him. We still love him. We still love him.
Yes.
So you guys, let's just take a moment and breathe. Just because my God, 2024 been 2024 ing.
Oh, it's definitely been a year.
It's been a year.
Definitely.
And so I'm just so happy to be back. So this is our I'm not gonna say our relaunch, but it's our like pick back up where we left off at. We are here. All right, so I'm gonna let Joey go ahead and catch us up, talk to y'all a little bit, introduce himself, let y'all know about him.
Oh, where do I start?
Everywhere.
Okay, so boom, here it goes. So last time you saw me, I was hosting Get You a Piece podcast here with TDR. Shout out to Tone, shout out to TDR and the TDR family. And I relocated to Houston, Texas about 3.5 years ago. I was down there for a minute doing my thing. But also in that process, being an adult and having adult conversations with yourself and growing up, you have to realize when, there's no need to struggle when there's no struggle, needed. So I'd rather come back home, regroup, reset, and, prepare for what my next journey will be, opposed to stay in a situation where I'm continuously struggling. And also, Houston's a good time. And you also have to notice when habits are starting to form. And I was partying way too much, like working in the club and then like going from working my bar shift to the after hours. It was like not getting home till like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning.
You was cute though.
So, but it was, I mean, it was a good time, but I also had to be real. So yeah, that's what I've been up to.
Okay, period. So what are you trying to do? What are you trying to move and groove as you get back adjusted into the city? Are you podding again? Are you singing? Because my brother is a singer. Let's not forget that.
We will be getting back into all of the things, but just this time around, I have to be super cognizant with the fact that I'm really only in the space of doing things that really serve me and things that really are going to be beneficial for me. And that's no shade to anybody that I've worked with in the past or anything like that, but going away taught me a lot about myself, and I'm very much protecting my energy and protecting my space. So if there's negative energy in any spending, I'll choose not to work. Every opportunity is not meant for me, and it might be meant for other people, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I'll be back doing the things. I think Get You a Piece will be going through a sort of a rebrand. We're still keeping Get You a Piece. It's too iconic, but I think the format of the show and the direction of the show is going to shift. Because I'm not in that same place that I was in when the show started 3.5 years ago. So
as you shouldn't be.
We got to elevate. We got to change. Yeah. So yeah.
I love that. Well, I'm happy to have you back, and I missed you, and I look forward to seeing everything that you're going to be doing and moving forward with. And I will fight y'all over my brother, so don't be coming trying to disturb his peace, okay?
But what's crazy is that I chose to move back in the coldest part of the year.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna mention it because I didn't want you to regret it. So I just was gonna let it.
I got no choice now. I'm here.
I don't know. I might have to double back at this point. It's a little cold.
Super cold.
But it's not that bad. You know, the best is yet to come. As you know.
Thursday is supposed to drop to like, I think 8 degrees. I'm not prepared.
8.
I
don't watch the news, so I never knew that. I don't watch.
Or in the 15. Oh shit! I exaggerated.
15.
That shit's still cold.
It's still cold, and you was only a few digits off. You wasn't even less. You was less than half. Okay, because 8 + 8 is 16. Okay, Come on, get you some.
Okay.
All right, y'all. We took a little break, and I am back, and so Joey is going to be co-hosting with us for a month at the minimum, in case he want to stay around for some more. We always love that. But in case he doesn't, but he's gonna be here for a whole month, so that means you got 4 dose episodes with Joey. I want y'all to go show him all the love, tag him, love on them, give him a dose of love, a dose of hello, a dose of welcome back, a dose of everything. All right, so we're gonna go jump right back into this thing. So we have a topic today. And I did not send him any more information on the topic. I literally just told him what the topic was because I want thoughts were on this topic. So the topic is sticky situations. Whoo! That's the one. All right. So just blindly trying to figure it out. So what is a sticky situation to you?
A sticky situation to me. I think a sticky situation could be something that could be premeditated because the kids get messy. We just gonna keep it real with that. It can be premeditated, but it also could be something that you kind of get yourself into, not necessarily doing your research about a certain situation. For example, like dealing with people. Our community is small; it's super small. So you get those run-ins where you and not even a friend, acquaintance, or someone you know of may have hit the same person. Yeah.
Okay.
So like those type of things happen. Yeah, that's a sticky situation that you can't necessarily control. I think it's how you control the fallout of the situation, if you get what I'm saying.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And I personally thought about this topic and I was like, I had a situation and I was just like, my sticky situation was more so a person that was in a place with me that I was not in with them.
Mm-hmm.
And so it got to the point where it's like, I care about you, but I don't think I like you in the way that you like me.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's being an adult.
That's being an adult. However, like, it's kind of a sad situation and it's sticky for me when it comes to your history. Like sometimes history pulls some people together and then the other person we kind of pulled apart. If you catch my drift. Like I'm trying not to
tell your business.
I don't care about telling my business. I just haven't quite told this person how I feel yet. And I don't want this to be the outlet.
Well, if you are watching, I apologize, but you got to keep it a bug. Like in this space of our life, I feel like there's nothing wrong with setting your boundaries, keeping it real, and stating how you feel. No shade.
Okay. You know what? Screw it. We're here. And hello, whoever from Dallas. I think it said Suzanne. It went away real quick, but I think it's Suzanne. And there we go, Suzanne. And please don't rub it in our face that it's 60 degrees there right now because it is it was about 50 something today. So, we're not too far off.
Mini Milwaukee, as I call Dallas. That's what I call it, but that's no shade to Dallas. I used to actually.
I love Milwaukee.
With my last position, I worked in Dallas like for every month, like 2 times out of the month. So Dallas started to become a little bit of home, and I started to learn it a little bit.
Okay.
Dallas is a good time. It's just not as much of a good time as Houston.
I've never been to Houston still.
Houston's Child.
You like who? All right, y'all. So Joey then basically pulled my card and told me that I got to be a grown up and talk about this. So this is where I got this topic from, right? I have a person that I've kind of been like mingling with for years. Like
mingle is crazy.
Yeah, mingle is what it is. Mingle, because when we started talking, I was actually young. Like I feel like everything under 25 don't count.
Okay.
And so when we were actually in a relationship, I was under 25.
Okay.
And so it's been mingling. We've been mingling. We go for coffee dates and all of that. That's mingling to me. That's
the things of the things.
The things of the things. And so he has decided recently that him love me real bad.
What warranted him to love you real bad in this space?
He's always loved me, but I think now it's very vocal. Like, yeah, I want this and I love you. And I'm like, I don't want this. I love you, I love you. I'm not in love with you, and I don't love you in the capacity that I want to be with you.
So, what makes that situation sticky in your eyes?
It's sticky to me because like I've never given you a reason to think that I wanted to be back together. And so
Mm,
I don't really know how to redirect this without being messy. Yes, or without being mean, not messy, without
Mhm.
being mean. And so I'm like, I don't want to hurt your feelings. I don't want to offend you because I do care about you. However, if I tell you how I feel and my reasoning behind it is going to hurt your feelings.
But I mean, I think at some point we have to get used to or get prepare ourselves for the rejection. Like, I don't know, maybe that's just me. And especially if you're a grown ass man, is either a yes or a no. Like, why stress about the gray area?
And I do love the friendship. And if I tell you how I feel, because for one, I know how this is going to go. We're going to have a conversation.
Uh huh.
We're going to talk about like possibilities. And then I'm going to express that I'm not interested in those possibilities. And then we're going to talk about why I'm not interested in those possibilities and why he is interested in that possibility. Because I'm just like you. Out of all this time, like what makes you
What makes it different now?
what makes it different now? You know what I'm saying? And then if he tell his, I'm gonna have to tell mine. And after I tell mine, like I'm sure he's gonna be offended. I'm absolutely
Oh.
sure he's gonna be offended.
Yeah. See,
Sticky situation.
it's very sticky, but also too like I don't understand what his expectation would be. I would think he would want you to be open, direct, honest, upfront about it.
Okay, you're a man, so let's talk about this. Do I don't know if you're where's Tone? You're not a good. You're
I'm
not
about
a
to say
good-
I am a homosexual man.
you're not a good. You're not
It's
a
a
good.
lot different for me.
Tone, come hither. Tone is in the background, you guys. He's behind the curtains. I don't know what he's doing. He said handling business, but we all know that that can mean multiple things when people say that. So, Tone, true or false? Do you think that men can handle like the unfiltered truth? I'm not talking about like homosexual men because they're different, and even regular homosexual men from Joey are completely different because Joey is Joey.
Very much so.
And so, like, that's why I'm like, Joey's not a good
Unfiltered in
reason
the
for this.
LBGT community is like just regular conversation.
It's just regular
It's
conversation.
just regular conversation.
But what I'm saying is, like, I saw a meme the other day, and it says men would never be able to handle a woman's true honesty. Like, if we really told men how we felt about certain things, like, they wouldn't be able to handle it because they're really fragile.
True. But
True.
the caveat to that is if more women were honest, we have no choice but to get tougher skin about it. Like, yes, you can bruise our ego in that moment, but now that the truth is out there about what this is, we ain't got no choice but to pivot with it. We can sit here and bitch and moan and be in denial, but if 3 or 4 women say the exact same thing and they're not all in the same group, now we got to sit back and look at the truth in regards to it.
Listen, I can completely understand that, but baby, it ain't gonna start with me. I ain't gonna be the first woman to start telling you. Start telling
But
you
maybe you need
what we
to.
doing. Like,
I'm screaming.
No, but sometimes,
Yes.
but maybe you need to. Sometimes women do need to tell men when they are literally not being the person they think they are. That like, my God, you need to reel that in. You need
no,
to check that in.
That's never been my problem. I'm very good at communicating.
Right.
Like, this is not what I signed up for. This is not, you know what I'm saying? Like, you aren't who I thought you were. I'm actually a little rough. My mama tell me I'm rough on men. My problem is, how do you tell?
Say it.
Jesus, y'all this man is gonna hate me if you watch this.
Listen,
How do you tell the person that you just don't think that they would fit your lifestyle? Like,
You just say that.
that was no. That was the
You
nice
tell
way of
them
putting
that.
it.
No, but
I'm about to.
be truthfully honest with you. It's childish, but it's always worked in corporate America. You just got to do a compliment sandwich in regards to it. You got to feed the things about that person's ego that you know that they love about themselves. Tell them why this is not going to work. Tell them that they're a great person, and you definitely can find somebody that will fit what you need because you are hireable. You are
that's hilarious.
you are hireable.
and maybe that's what I'm gonna need to do because in
Yeah.
my head, hey Ajamu,
Yeah,
What
you
up?
gotta, you gotta soften the blow for it, but let that person
Yeah.
feel like even though this is your decision and you're not, no, I don't want this from you. It's not you. It really is. Like when women say it's not you, it's me, we be like, what the fuck you mean? But if you present like, look, you want this,
But I kind of
that's
want
not,
to.
on-
I
not
want
on
to
my
say
plans.
like it's you, not me.
But it is.
I mean, that's real.
It's real. It is. It's you, not me. But you got to make him feel like it is you, because in his head is going to be, why don't she want me?
But then I
Like
feel
the Will
like that's
Smith
the
meme.
whole. That defeats the purpose of me actually want to have this conversation with you. Like, if I'm going to be honest with you, I'm going to be honest with you. Do
True.
you want me to be
Right.
honest or not? Because if it gets to the point where I'm telling you that it's me and it's not you, then I'm lying again.
But
Because
at the
that's
end
not
of
true, and
but
I
at the
don't
end
want to
of the-
have to sugarcoat
but
this.
at the end of the
Right.
day, it is still partially you. It may
Thank
be
you.
80% him, but 20% is still you, because whatever it is about him, it's an intangible for you. It's something you can't compromise on, so you can't go further.
But that's not a bad thing. When you say that it's me, that automatically implies that it's a problem. Me having non-negotiables is not a problem. Everybody should have non-negotiables.
Everybody
I think it's
should.
about how you present it.
It is definitely how you present it. Like I can't eat seafood, but that doesn't mean that whoever I'm dating can't still go to whatever seafood place they want to.
Right.
You know, it's a non-negotiable. If you if you have to do a crab boil every single week because that's just what you love, then this ain't gonna work, baby girl. Because I need to live.
Right.
You know, I don't want you to stop enjoying what you enjoying, but you're not gonna kill me slowly every single day. That's what stress is for.
Okay.
You know.
No,
I got a real question. I'm going to ask y'all off
But
the
it's
air.
still that
because
person's
if I
problem.
ask the question that I'm going to ask on the air,
You might as well ask it. You got me over here now.
he might want to fight me.
Oh shit.
He might want to fight me, and I don't.
Oh,
And I don't want to
shit.
tussle. I don't want to tussle. I don't want to tussle.
Just
I don't wanna
ask it.
tussle.
Get it out the
Okay,
way.
so now my next question is not
Mhm.
about this particular person, just people in general. So, at what point in the situation do you decide that you want to opt out of it?
Whenever I have to deep sigh to be around you. Like if I know that the way you carry yourself or how you handle situations, and I'm the one who has to always be the bigger person, I don't need to be here. I don't. If I have to be the bigger person, and every single time that there is something where even you as a human being should understand that you're doing this, I don't want to be here anymore. If you can't convey love, if we're supposed to be on that level, if you can't convey love the same way that I convey it in your method, I don't want to be here. I'm too old to be trying to say, well, you know, potential, or we can see where you get there, or you're going through some things. Like, no, it's are we here or are we not?
Right.
And if we're not going to get there, or it doesn't look like you're putting forth an effort to get there, I don't want to do that. I'll go over here.
I'm gonna have to agree.
Hey, beautiful.
And also too, like, I'm not gonna sacrifice what I got going on for me, what I'm trying to do for me, the growth that I've taken, the growth that I'm trying to take even more, to spare your feelings. So if I have to be a little direct and it might sting a little bit, that's just how it's gonna have to come. That doesn't mean necessarily that I'm being a jackass or just off the rip like, oh, fuck your feelings, but I can't give you so much grace to where I'm giving myself a, disservice. Yeah.
Okay. All right, we got real deep, real fast. All right, so let's backtrack. Let's backtrack. So, Joey,
What's up?
Let's talk about your version of sticky situations.
Lord.
Give me an example. Since we over here telling my business, come on, Houston Tales.
I'll keep it a buck.
oh,
So this last couple of months wrapped up in a nutshell. So sticky situation one, when you work for certain like governmental grants, they have time frames that your grant is for. So I was working for a HIV prevention agency down in Houston, and my grant was a year long. That grant came to an end, and I was not, rehired, or
Gotcha.
there was no more money. So therefore, that put me in a situation to where like now I have to go back into the bars and start bartending and doing all of that, which is not making up the same amount of money that I was making while I was, working my position and flying all across the country. Like I don't understand how you people who travel for work do travel for work, because I felt like, yeah, I loved what I did, and being able to be in North Carolina this week and in Dallas this week, maybe in Miami this week. I love that, but you lose so much track of what's going on at home. and like your self-care and all that because you're constantly on a flight. But with me losing that income, I was trying to do what I needed to do financially to make things work. And I got into a sticky situation where a so-called friend of mine who was my roommate at the time decided to not use my money to pay the rent. So one morning I get home and there is a eviction notice or a notice to vacate that's on the door. I'm telling my business. So at that point I had to be an adult and say, do I stay here in Houston and still like basically go from house to house, from couch to couch at 36 years old, or take my ass back home, crash with my parents for a minute, then I'm able to get back on my own feet. So I'm like, yes, let's be an adult and do the right thing.
Right.
So that's the most recent sticky situation that I've been in.
Okay. I was talking about, the other sticky situations.
Oh, well,
but that works too. But that will work.
I'm about
too.
to say, well, the dating life is crazy. Did you know that I did one of those balloon pop shows?
I did not.
I will find it.
Okay. How does this whole process work? Like, do you just sign up for this? Do you got to go through an interview process or what? Because
there is this platform called Chasing Reality on YouTube, and they do a lot of like LGBT based like reality shows in different cities. There was a young man who was a part of the Atlanta cast that moved to Houston, and once the balloon pop craze started, he wanted to start one for our community in Houston. So I saw that he posted it, and I'm like, for what the hell, I'm gonna just apply. So me and a friend, we both applied. But then I started seeing him out and stuff like that too. So then I ended up being one that he picked. Being a part of the process, I wasn't one of the guys that was walking out. I was one of the ones with the balloon.
Okay.
Everybody kept putting in the comments that one, Joey was having serious conversations with these people, because you got to understand, like, a lot of people know me in a certain space or have had interaction with me 3-4 years ago. I've matured a lot in that.
You 36.
Yeah, like I've matured a lot in that time frame too. And then also too, like my conversation has changed a little bit. Like, yeah, I'm still the same, like outgoing, bubbly. We can talk about anything, Joey, but also too, I'm paying attention to what you're saying and how you're saying it. So like automatically, if somebody walked out and they were like, we were talking about the election and they didn't know anything that was going on with the election, instant balloon pop.
Attention is in the details.
Like these are things that you need to know. So a lot of the comments were basically saying like, oh yeah, you need to bring Joey back with a more mature crowd, all that type of stuff, because they was playing games. I don't got time.
Not you walked out with one of those. What's your favorite color? Like if I take you,
Nicki
where would you?
Or Beyonce, like, come on, there's other shit we can talk about, baby.
Nicki or Beyonce?
Like that, like why is that the question?
I was about to ask the same thing because that's what you want to talk about. You trying to get to know me, and you're gonna base your date off of whether I choose Nicki or Beyonce. Okay, so with the balloon pop, so like I'm still intrigued. Okay, so did you pop the balloon? Did you not pop the balloon? Like, what did you do?
I like a couple of them. I was trying to give them the opportunity because I didn't want to instantly go in and just like pop the balloon off the rip, because at that point I've canceled them out and I haven't actually gotten a chance to hear what they're saying. But I think the first question you popped, the second question they gave the person who walked out the ability to pop the balloons that they didn't see it for. And then at that point you just continue asking questions or whatever. A couple of people left with matches, but like one of the guys that was up there with us, he already had a boyfriend. So I'm like, why are you here? People was just doing it for fun. I'm like, if I'm doing this, I'm going to take it seriously. So yeah, it was just a lot.
Okay. Well, I want to do a balloon pop, but
honestly, like I feel like most of that shit now, everybody is going on them trying to have their moment and be viral. I ain't got time for it. Like if you want to holler, jump in the DM, or if you see me out, say hello, because I don't have time for the fuck shit.
I just literally want to pop a balloon though.
Oh, I mean,
I feel like that's what everybody else is doing, because literally I have not seen one of substance at all. So I just feel like it'd be a good.
Everybody's trying to have a moment. Everybody want to be viral, child. Everybody want to be a baddie.
Maybe I don't got time for that. I was born a baddie. Anywho, Okay, so we
Everybody
want to
be on Zeus, baby.
So let's talk about a culture for the culture situation.
Okay.
I know this has probably been talked out,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't care because it's my show. How we feeling about Diddy?
Okay. So you know I'm a little bit of a nerd, and I be on YouTube watching shit. And when I say this is not me making an excuse for him because I don't believe or agree with any of it. We do have to give this man his time in court, but also to the Cassie situation in that lawsuit will help to enlighten you and to open your mind about all of the other allegations that are going on.
Mm-hmm.
If this shit was factual, 9 times out of 10, all of that other shit is factual too.
Mm-hmm.
But just to add another caveat on top of that, you know, yesterday the lawsuit dropped for Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
did you see his statement?
I saw his statement. Again, I don't want to crucify nobody or put nobody in jail, but also too, I think sometimes we fail to realize that in this day and age, everything that's happened to us or we've done in the past and some fast can come back around or be brought back up. It's just about how you handled it. But if he going to jail, he going to jail.
I would say this is how I feel about Diddy. I'm gonna start with Diddy. I feel as though I've been explaining this to people. Do I believe that he did that? Absolutely. Like I have no doubt in my mind. Like he was hanging people off of balconies.
Like,
like,
is this the 5 heartbeats? Like,
yeah, like in real life. And if you think that a person who would do that doesn't have the capability to do some of the things that they are saying that he was doing, even after seeing those videos, well, he dragged that girl from the elevator back to the room. I was like, baby, you done this before. You knew how to hit that corner without hitting her head. Like you had technique. Like you dragged her with the swiftest of swift motions. Okay.
Just like I think he actually shot that lady in the face in the club back in 2000 and not Shine. But hey,
he did. Like people have been saying that this is not a new discovery. So what has happened is people took the artists and the music and the things that he were doing
to humanize them
and took away the barbarics that they participate in. And that just kind of that part. And
you're going to jail.
You're going to jail. And that just kind of blows me. And so even when people be like, oh, I would love to have an R. Kelly concert. I would love to have an R. Kelly concert too. But if he got to get out of jail, good. I don't know.
So that pops a question in my mind. And I want your opinion on this too. So when it comes to these, and specifically our Black male figures that we grew up with who have all of this legendary music, but their livelihood as people are like fucked up. Mm-hmm. Do you stop listening to the music? Do you detach the music from the person?
I can't anymore. I used to be one of the people in the beginning who could, because the music that I'm listening to has absolutely nothing to do with the artist, but it has more to do with the memory that I have with that music. Mm-hmm. So there's a particular R. Kelly song that I listened to that reminded me of one night at Amistad or whatever the case may have been. That's why I listened to that song, not because Robert made it.
Right.
But with the way technology is and the way Tubi and the world can easily drop a surviving R. Kelly in a heartbeat, and then you start finding out that this song right here was about this girl over here and that situation there. And now it's like, one, I can't listen to that song no more because that song is now officially tainted. But now the thought in the back of my head, well, what about this song? Well, these lyrics sound like this.
I don't
so
know
now I can't, even if I wanted to try to, the memories that I had with that music, I can no longer have because now I have these new ideas that are associated with it. So once something happens with the individual, I do have to pull that person out of the music. But once a story goes to it, I can't listen to it no more. Like the situation with Jay-Z right now. I refuse to talk about it. I refuse to listen to it. I refuse to take anything in it because at this current moment in time, it's allegation.
Yeah, it's hearsay.
It's allegation. It's
and
hearsay.
In his statement, he was like, if you think
that one or two things is going to happen, it's either going to
disappear
or it's going to be in criminal court.
Yeah.
One of the two. So that's all you can do in this case.
On the flip side,
But,
R.
comma,
Kelly
but,
said he was invincible.
right. But, comma, but, you do kind of have a history of liking them young.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the industry that you're in, and the Diddy stories alone, and a lot of stuff kind of all wraps around.
Yeah.
So, I can't say that if it came out to be true, I would be shocked and surprised. But there will be certain Jay-Z songs I can never listen to again.
I feel like he dated Beyonce young. Like
That's why I
you
said
met
you have
Beyonce.
you
young,
like, dated Aaliyah when she was young.
Foxy Brown.
Foxy when she was
You know
young.
what I'm saying? Like
So like you have a
history.
track history.
As a
So-
person
Well-
who's always dated older, I mean, like
right.
I'm a little biased, so I'm
You have a
like
track history.
I see both sides. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like girls ain't completely innocent. Like me, I never lied about my age, but I definitely like made myself available to certain different graphics that I date older. So
Right.
like I had a
But
never mind. But
but at the same time, and this is not
I'm screaming.
right, but at the same time, and this is not making any excuses for you or anything, you also carry yourself older.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
A lot of times some of these young girls that get caught up in these situations, they don't act no more older than what they are.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like, let's keep it a buck. Let's use Robert. You pulled up to a high school. You're gonna get a high school mentality girl. So for you to get accused of doing these things, it's like, okay, your behavior is matched. You knew what you were looking for. You had a specific choice.
Now,
But wait,
you
wait.
hold on, but you feeling like that? Does that detach you from being able to listen to their catalog of music?
I was just about to
I
go back.
can't
I was
listen.
about to say,
I can't listen to the catalog of music.
originally, I was very much so like, we're not listening to R. Kelly. Like,
Mhm.
turn that off. Like, we're not doing that. And then, as an artist, the artist in me
Mhm.
Right.
was like, everybody pulls from some place to
Right.
get their content,
Yeah.
right? And it is people who write songs about being suicidal, like, and you never know what it is, like.
Exactly.
And I understand that, like, although his inspiration might not be the best, the product of it,
Right.
Mm.
you get what I'm saying, was like, but just think about it, artists, like when you find out the lives of artists and all these arts that
Yeah, a
we
lot of
sell,
the gospel artists.
you know, I was just about to go there because I'm like, even with gospel,
A lot of the gospel artists, they
But-
going through. They are walking hell, but
walking hell. I mean, literally, like beating up wives
Yeah,
and like
walking hell.
domestic violence, and they is taking you into worship on the floor, flat face, right?
leading you to.
And
his
so I
throne.
was just about to say, like, as a good old church girl, like, even if you take away the physical things, like, it is things, I'm not going to say that's more pressing, but equally as damaging to that we listen to, especially in gospel. And I'm like, I was reading something the other day, and it was talking about how a lot of like Negro spiritual songs that we grew up singing at church is like hoodoo songs.
They are.
They are.
And so people never teach that. And so, like, we talking about R. Kelly "Seven in the Name of Love," but we ain't talking about like there's a leak
See,
in this old
But
building.
that's also a whole nother conversation that we don't want to open up, because I feel like, again, when we were in those quote unquote, now I want to say quote unquote, but when our ancestors were in slavery days, certain writings and teachings say that, we were taught the white man's religion.
Mhm.
So if we really dial it back, is the Christianity really what we were supposed to be walking in, or is that something that we were taught? And is the hoodoo really like,
yeah.
there's so many different, like,
African American history is so tricky because
Yeah.
there are so many things that we should naturally gravitate towards, and we kind of do, but because of the manipulation that was used for Christianity, we fight our natural connections to things, that we look at something being bad. Christianity has always said, if it's not this, it's wrong. Like, they're just now getting to the point where they can be a little bit open-minded and be like, okay, you practice Buddhism, that's good for you. You practice Judaism, that's for you. That you practice Catholicism, that's for you. You're Islamic, that's for you. That's cool. We can all learn to love each other.
Mhm.
But back then it was like, if you ain't a Christian, you must die.
Uh-huh.
Literally, that's what the Crusades were.
Okay, but
So-
right.
So I can understand that.
However, the Crusades is not what introduced Christianity to Africa.
No, it's not. They came
Right.
on
The
their own.
oldest church was in Ethiopia.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
And you have to realize, like, even without it being labeled as Christian, like the story of Mary and the virgin birth of Jesus
That's
was
Egyptian.
Well, I'm saying it was a orally passed like history for them. You know what I'm saying? So before people can say like, oh, in the Bible, before there was a Bible, there was
something
oral
that was
stories,
told, yeah.
and it didn't have the same names, but it represented the same. Now,
Like the game of
names-
telephone.
like the game of telephone, right?
Mhm.
Because that's how they had their dialect for a while. And so I think black, I'm not gonna say black, I'm gonna say African American, I'm gonna say African diaspora, you know what I'm saying? Like diaspora. There we go. Diaspora. I be having a heart. They be catching me up sometime, y'all. I swear I got a degree. It be catching me up. But that is the ultimate sticky situation because we have to like not only fight against what people try to impose on us, but we have to figure out what is organic to us and what
Right.
actually came from us. And so even when it comes to how we operate with our people, like we be wanting to save our people so bad because y'all crucify our people. Like we wanted to save R. Kelly, not because R. Kelly was the greatest person on earth. It's because y'all, we already got people dying by cops. We already got people doing this. We already got ain't-ish people in our neighborhoods. Like we just didn't want Kels to be one of them.
Right.
And when you find out that that person is just like everybody else around you, it's kind of heartbreaking, right? So
Especially when
why
they're your quote unquote idols and the people
yeah,
you
and
have.
I'm gonna be
grown up
honest.
with.
But
I don't have an idol.
But Kels was a little bit different because we knew.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
It was always
it was like,
underlined.
Hey, what they
we
should
knew.
say?
Like, we
I wanna
knew.
pee on
That's
you.
the That's the problem. It's
That's
like
crazy.
we knew.
That is
That's the
crazy.
only
Hey,
reason
listen.
why the Kels situation is so tricky because I was in college when the original tape came out. Okay, so
Great work.
oh my,
It was a great work.
Great work.
It was a great piece of work.
That's all I'm gonna say.
okay, all right,
But just think about it.
okay,
Though.
but
Like,
no,
Dave Chappelle did a whole skit with a song that says, "I want to be on you."
no. Let's go even further. The Boondocks
Oh yeah.
did a whole
Yeah.
episode
Oh, my
that
God.
literally mirrored
Oh.
how we behave when he really did go to court.
Yes.
That's what made that
Folks
episode
outside
so funny.
the court cutting
Like
up.
they literally did exactly what the Boondocks said. And then the crazy part was most folks really don't remember Huey's part of him interrupting the court, literally making suggestions of how to save this man.
Yeah.
Like take away his camcorder, introduce him to grown people, get him some help. And it was like, so we knew that this man was doing things.
Yeah.
So when it got exposed, because I tell you, when Surviving R. Kelly dropped, okay, I didn't even have to watch the whole thing to knew it was him. They showed a scene of his house, and all they did was walk past the living room, and I seen the brown
Yep.
wall,
Yep,
which
yep,
is the
yep, yep,
exact
yep.
same
Uh-huh.
wall from the video.
If you know, you know.
It was like the exact same wall
I've
from the
never
video. I
seen-
was like, yep, he
I've
did
never
that
seen
shit.
the video.
He did that shit. That's all I
Can
need.
we find it? I've never seen the video.
You've never seen.
I'm sure it's somewhere.
It's
online.
somewhere.
Okay. So even with that, so let's talk about that. But even when it comes to that, you know what's crazy for me is okay, we get it. R. Kelly did it and he's a horrible person, but nobody's talking about everybody else that was around. Like y'all was letting him sleep with these
Oh,
little
he was
girls.
definitely. They
Oh,
were
no,
definitely
no, no,
enabled.
He was
him.
enabled. He was
He
definitely
was definitely
enabled,
enabled
and he
him.
was
Right.
protected because people knew that he was a gold mine.
Mhm.
Like he was a gold mine. Okay. And all you had to do was let him do his creative things. But in order for him to do his creative things, he also had his kinks. So let's protect the kinks so we can keep the money still coming in. Let's protect the art. Let's protect the human so the artist can thrive.
Okay, so question: what's more important, the art or the people who are destroyed by the process?
I think the question we need to ask instead of that is why has this been going on so long in the industry to where that's okay?
That's
But I'm not even
Because
just talking
that-
about him though. Not even,
Yeah, that's what I'm
just
saying,
talking
the
about-
industry.
In general,
I'm not even talking about just the music industry though.
no, it's
You know
that
what I'm saying? So just
entertainment
think-
industry.
Yeah, it's
period.
not even entertainment. Like when you think about the artistic community where people are like painting, you have painters who have processes that they go through where they're mutilating people.
Mhm.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have things that's going on. And so at what point do you look at the product and say this is just not as valuable as the dozens of people who had to get hurt to get this?
Oh, true. Yeah.
But see, that's the oxymoron in regards to it. Is because
I think that's extremely subjective.
yeah, because that's the oxymoron in regards to it, is because of said process, which is why this actually has value.
Right.
My little girls can go and paint a beautiful picture of some trees, a flower, the whole 9 yards, and would stick it on the fridge, and oh, that's great. But somebody who goes over here who was tormented and was cutting up people and burying people in their backyard can go paint some trees in a beautiful yard, and that will sell for $12,000.
Right.
Because
I'm not gonna
the
lie,
destruction.
the tides are turning out though.
Yeah.
Like if we talk about entertainment industry, like all these baddies West and all that stuff, like baby, they ain't got to do nothing. They got to show up. Besides get beat up, but you sign up to get beat up. Like
Screaming.
you getting beat up by another grown ass woman. Like okay,
And that's
you know what I'm saying? Like
and that's going to be the narrative until we decide to one day
right.
be like,
but you ain't
we
Cassie
don't
getting
care.
your head shaved off and gotta wear your hair in this half shaved mohawk because he saw it on somebody and thought it was cute. Now you got to do it and you got to sleep with, do
Tom,
whatever.
Dick, and Harry.
But
just,
yeah.
But flip it like this. But now you have to go against your moralities and go out here and act a plum dang on fool on TV though. So even
Okay,
though
but
you're
do they
not
really-
you're not physically changing who you are, but you're emotionally, mentally, and psychologically changing who you are to fit the narrative of what they're now defining as success. To have a bunch of people go on TV and act a plain fool for the masses, you are now being the new minstrel show.
Yeah.
And people are choosing to be the new minstrel show because
Right.
it's going to get you fame. It's going to get you
But call me,
recognition.
do you really think that these people are sacrificing their morals? I honestly think that they're finding a group of people who are young enough who ain't never really had that.
I do believe
that
some of them
moral
are. You tell me why.
guidance.
Some of them bitches
No,
is old.
I do believe some of them. Some of them are ghetto.
Some of
ass-
them are like my age.
right. Some of them,
Cutting
and
up.
the reason why I say that is because even if the baddies are literally those are the young, dumb, and want to be famous. But you also have these older heifers on
Love
these
and
other
Hip Hop.
shows, on Hub and Love and Hip Hop and Real Housewives and
True.
Wives or whatever the case may be that are still cutting up even as adults. So they may be a little bit more classier with it, but they still cutting up. Let's take New York for an example. New York is literally probably the first known reality ghetto bitch.
Essentially.
She was Bougetto.
But she was the first.
She
And
was
her
Bougetto
whole
at its
entire
finest.
in the minute she went on air and she acted up that one time and they were like, hey, we like that for you. Keep doing that. She stayed employed.
Mhm.
To this day, she can still be employed being an angry.
That character.
Yeah, but I'm
She can
saying-
be that character.
Look at Suki. Suki literally is not like if you know Suki before Sukiyana, like if you knew what was her name, Destiny something.
Yeah,
or
that's
like,
her real name.
Yeah, her real name. Like when she went by her real name, like she was given very like earthy, Erica Badu, like one with the love, one love, peace is good, like real like homegrown, kept at home.
She
good
listened to her
girl.
mama.
Yeah, she listened to her mama type of thing. Like people was literally talking about how she used to sell waist beads and organic soaps at the you know what I'm saying? Like
I never knew that.
she was that type of girl. And so when I see Dr. Umar with her, and everybody be like, I don't understand how Dr. Umar can rock with her because she's probably talking to him
About some real
like
shit.
that. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And he is seeing past the facade that she has to put out, and he's getting to know her genuinely, which is why he's around. However, that wasn't selling no money for Suki.
Mhm.
Suki had been doing that her whole life and was still broke.
So
When
had
she started
to-
being a little ratchet,
she had to give them what they wanted.
she had to give them what they wanted. Now, the extreme that she went to with all these like sex videos and things like that, like, baby, that's on you. You got to deal with that later. Like, she crashed out. Do you remember seeing that video of her crashing out?
Mhm.
And I completely understand because, baby, you can only be divided so many times before you are completely broken.
Okay.
You can't keep breaking the same thing and trying to fix it.
Right.
Your computer only crashed
So many times before you gotta
know what
get a
I'm saying?
new
Before
one.
You got to get a new one. And people don't get that. And I think that goes back to the whole sticky situation topic. Like, people don't realize that these situations that are sticky, like, you know, if you get so much gum in your hair, you got to cut it all off.
Right. I was actually just talking to a friend about it a couple days ago in regards to like, you know, how you be so close to people for so long and the expectation is like, oh, we're supposed to be lifelong friends and 20, 30 years in it. But I'm like, no, at certain period of times, like, you gonna have your own family. I'm gonna have my own family. You gonna have your own situations and stuff like that. Or bitch, one day we might end up getting into it and we might need to take some time and some space from each other. You can't allow that to, where you can just be like, you know what? It's time. It's okay. Let's take this break. I ain't gonna hate you, but I don't have to necessarily fuck with you.
Yeah. And like honestly, and I think over the last like 3 years, three years have been the most like transformative as far as my like relationships, like romantic, platonic, like family, you know what I'm saying, work, like it's just been the most transformative because I realized at some point that people have expectations for you
that you don't
in
have
your
yourself,
life,
okay?
that you don't got for yourself, like, or that you don't need to have.
Mm-hmm.
Like what I've learned as myself, and I speak for me, people expect for me to be or to have certain worries at 31 that I just don't have.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't choose to walk down that path to life. I don't have no kids. I ain't got no man I'm coming home to every night. I ain't got to figure out how to run the household for no multiple people. So no, I'm not as stressed about the same things that you are.
Right.
And you're not going to make me feel bad that I'm not that person. And I think that sometimes people think that you need to be at a certain level. They think that it's immature, but it's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's maturity in the ways that I need to be maturing
Yeah.
in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. You mature. You got a lot of stuff on your plate that you need to handle as far as life. Like you taking care of.
You're supposed to.
You know what I'm saying? Like you taking care of households and you taking care of aging parents and you doing all things. My parents is old too, but they're not to the point where I got to take care of them.
Right.
When that becomes my struggle,
When you cross that bridge,
I'll mature at that.
Bridge, yeah.
But you cannot fault me and just look at me and feel like,
well, you don't know because you ain't been through this.
Right.
That's not fair.
That's not fair. That's not fair to me. Like, I just want to say that what people fail to realize, and this is a sticky situation for a lot of people, my mother worked very hard before she had me to make sure that I didn't have to be in that situation.
Oh, yeah.
So for for people, and I'm not just talking about like people that I know, it's people who don't know me who automatically assume, like, they be like, oh, her mama is so and so and they got this, so I'm sure she ain't never had to. Baby, I've been working since I was 13. I pay all my own bills. I don't ask my mama to pay not damn bill in my house. Since I'm a homeowner and my mama ain't never had to pay none of my bills. You get what I'm saying?
But
like,
the thing is, she did what she had to do and set you up
to set me up so that no, I didn't have to go work while I was in high school. My mama refused to let me work throughout high school. If I needed money, I got it from her.
Yeah.
So you talking to me about your work experience, having to work since she was 13, you know what I'm saying? Like, I worked during the summer, I worked during the school breaks. But baby, don't project your trauma on me, because in reality, that's trauma. In reality, you're glorifying your trauma. In reality, you're saying that your trauma made you the person that you did what you did, but you're saying that I'm less of a person because I didn't experience that. And that's not fair, baby. Get over yourself. Get over yourself, because I'm going to be better than my mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, the goal is for each generation to be better. She did a great job, and I plan on being even better than my kids. Elevating that. Y'all are weird. People are weird. And I was like, you would be surprised how many people I don't know. Baby, you don't know me. You don't know nothing about me. You don't know nothing about me. And you have this impression of me.
You know, people assume and make asses out of themselves all the time.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You were giving very give me a ratchet family dynamic.
Ratchet family dynamic. Oh, have you ever seen Shameless?
Yes. You're giving Shameless and I was giving Claire Huxtable. It's not my fault.
Understood.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault. And so I'm sorry, the products of those two realities just breed different results.
It's about how you handle being from whatever.
And I was just about to say, and it's not saying that one is
that's
better
not
than
shade.
The other.
Yeah.
It's just different. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different. If I make my frozen custard one way and you make yours a different way, the process is different.
They both frozen custard.
But they both frozen custard, and they both can be great. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that one is better than the other. Like, you just have to let it be great. You have to live in that and let people be them and come from where they are. That is what it is. However, whatever, we talked about that. It is what it is. That's a sticky situation. But now we can talk about this love life stuff, because I'm intrigued. Like, My love life has been trash.
Ditto.
Trash. Trash. And I'm gonna say this on my live since everybody be wanting to report back what I said here anyway. I probably made the biggest mistake of my life fucking with some of the people that I fucked with over the last few. I've been trying not to cuss. Oh, it slipped out real
It
bad.
definitely did.
But you know, I said what I said. Because like the sticky situation is how I'm trying to word it very nice, right? I'm trying to word it very nice. The sticky situation when it comes to relationships are you have the potential to be the worst or the best or in between. And somehow people seem like they be going for the gusto or either the worst or the best. Like they really want to be the best or they about to take you through hell to be the worst. And I just don't have time for that.
I think we don't know how to be vulnerable. We always have our guards up. We're always trying to present the best version of ourselves or trying to hide
People or
the
leavers,
less
like us or people.
people. I'm talking about people in general
Okay.
because hell, even me sometimes in situations, even though I have certain expectations, I can be in a place where I don't feel like letting you into all that right now.
Mhm.
But I do think that if we were a little bit more open and vulnerable and kept it a book, I think a lot of us will have a lot less issues when it comes to relationships. Because if you're transparent, bitch, I can't get mad at you for telling me how it is.
You right. You right. I saw again with these memes because Facebook be giving me the memes. I saw a meme and it was like something I ain't never seen is a turtle with speed and a nigga I need.
Wait.
And I'm gonna say it again.
Yeah.
It said two things that I have never seen: a turtle with speed
Mm-hmm.
and a nigga I need.
Oh, wow.
And so immediately my head went to I felt sad. I was like, this is the culture we in. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, this is the culture we in. I was like, all y'all be like, I don't need a man. Baby, listen, I don't know how to fix a thing. Okay. I don't know how to fix a thing. My friend John, baby, listen, I love him. Him and my cousins. John bought me a tool set on Christmas because he got tired of fixing stuff in my house with a butter knife. I didn't even have no tools, honey. I don't even know. I bought my house 4 years ago. I don't know anything. I need men. I need you.
I'm screaming.
I
don't
need
know how to
you.
fix a thing.
A thing. Do you understand me? I can't even fix my mouth to tell you how to fix something.
I'm screaming.
I can't do nothing but fix a plate. Do you understand me? I can fix a meal and fix a plate, baby. I can't fix nothing.
Okay.
And so I was just looking at that meme and I'm like, yo, like men act how they act because women have given them, or or other men have given them reason to feel like they're not needed.
Yeah.
So if you don't need me here, what's the purpose of me fighting to be here?
True.
It's just like when you go to a job, when you feel valued as an employee,
Oh, over and beyond.
over and beyond. I love my job. I love it here. But baby, when that job don't care about you,
Fuck this job.
what?
Okay.
PTO, prepare the others. Do you understand me? I'm up out of here.
I'm working 3
And
days
so-
out of the 5.
I'm working 3 days out the 5, and one of them 3 is remote.
At the crib, logged in bed.
In bed because you need me.
I don't need you.
I don't need
Well,
you.
Technically, I do. No shade.
No shade. No shade. I love my job. I'm not that person, but I'm just saying. And so I be kind of pondering on things that I've been seeing lately. And I don't know what happened that made me kind of just start looking at things in a different perspective. It's kind of like I just woke up one day
Mhm.
and I'm like, dang, I'm old. TT is 31. I ain't got no kids. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, that's not really old. I think society likes to place this connotation that once you turn 30, you're like over the
I
hill.
feel old.
No, in all actuality, I feel like your 30s are actually your 20s because let's be realistic. In your 20s, you're literally coming from being a teenager or being
Right.
a child.
Now,
You have to figure some things out and fall above your head. The 30s is really about straightening things out, coming to terms with certain stuff, actually setting boundaries and getting set in certain ways. So by the time you turn 40, like you can really be outside and do what the fuck you want to for real.
and see, and mine's is I think mine's is my progress was a little sped up.
Mm,
You get what I'm saying? So like my 20s wasn't like that. So that's why I feel old.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? Like you know me. Like my
Yeah.
20s wasn't like that. Like
Yeah.
I was super stable, like out in my apartment for years. Like
Yeah.
I was working.
Ooh.
I've literally was at my RLS before we sold the group homes. I had been working with RLS 10 years, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like
All throughout school.
all throughout school, I could own and operate a CBRF when I was 18.
Right.
And so like I feel like how you feel like I feel like my 30s now is like my 20s with money. Like I can do what I want to do. Like if I want to fly out tomorrow, I can fly out tomorrow. If I want to stay here, I can. Like I can make shit shake right now. However,
Yeah.
I'm tired. I'm tired. My hips hurt. I'm tired. Like I don't got fat. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody told me nothing about all these ailments that come with being 30. Like
Now that is true. Because I never thought at 36 I would have severe eczema that I never had as a kid. Like, what the hell is this? This shit's crazy.
my hips hurt. I was trying to teach dance.
Mhm.
And you know I used to teach the kids.
Right.
Dance. Baby, I tried to get on the floor and do that little stretch where you put your legs over there, you stretch between. I think every bone I got on the lower half of my body cracked. My knees, my hips, my ankles, everything was like, it sounded like I was popping popcorn in there. Like, I just don't understand. And so that's another reason why I'm just too old for sticky situations. But I'm also, I am trying my best to watch my mouth.
Mm.
Because before I will watch it and co-sign it.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to watch it and
Just be a little bit more intentional about what you're saying.
Be a little more intentional about what I'm saying. Because you know me.
Yeah.
Because I for years I said, who gonna whip me though? And I mean I still stand on that because
Yeah.
if it gets to a point where I have to say what I got to say, who gonna whip me though?
But I mean, ain't nothing wrong with being a little bit more intentional about what you're putting out.
And I've been there. And that's even with the podcast. If you guys have noticed on the dose, like I'm trying to be a little more refined, a little more, because we can get a little wild on here. So I'm trying to find my middle ground. So
Mhm.
you guys, if this is not the dose that you guys are normally accustomed to, we are feeling it out. Me and Joey, this is our first time back. We're feeling it out. I'm feeling it out. I'm feeling out the direction. But I also know where I'm planning on going and moving forward in my life. And I have to create a space in all areas of my life that
Safe for you.
safe for me,
Mhm.
right? And also promotes the growth that I want to see or that I already have.
Right.
Like sometimes you got to fake it till you make it. Like set yourself up like you can decorate your apartment to feel like a house.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it might not be where you wanted at, but while you here, it's gonna prepare you
What you're putting in it.
for what you're putting in. It's gonna prepare you for what you're gonna move into.
Right.
And I think that's just where I'm at in my life. Like everything I want to be intentional with. My friendships, my relationships, like the projects I want to get into, the
Mhm.
energy I want to invest. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm still a good time. I still talk a little crazy. Maybe I just want to be talking a little crazy, as crazy on the air. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to talk about something,
I will still be with all the shits.
No, you're not. Because even in the conversation that we're having today, you've shown.
Oh yeah, there's
what I'm
a lot
saying?
of growth.
It's a lot of growth. It's a different. Because I was like, damn, we got deep fast. I wasn't even trying to.
Certain shit just don't serve me no more, so I don't even give it energy. Like somebody had randomly brought up, like, oh, so you and so fell out before you left. Like, what's the energy going to be when you see this person?
He's back.
Hey ma, go with God and be great. That's the energy. Like, I don't got no hard feelings against said person. I hope you're all right. I hope you're doing okay. But also I know as an adult that we will never share the same space that we've shared before.
Mhm.
But that also doesn't mean that I'm gonna be on pins and needles, because that's not the case.
Yeah.
Girl, go be great in your lavender. Do what you do.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I think we have to also get out of that space of, like feeling and making people feel like, oh, you are supposed to just be this one particular version of yourself and you can't grow
And that's not fair.
at all.
Don't limit me. Don't put me in a box.
Exactly.
Don't put me in a box because in all actuality, I'm bigger than the box you trying to put me in.
That part.
Okay. Because maybe these wigs is bigger than the boxes some of these
Screaming.
people you trying to put me in, and it just doesn't work. But no,
Screaming.
seriously. And I have to tell people like there is no situation that I want back in that same
Hmm.
capacity.
That's why I don't like back like pre-dating somebody. You know, like people try to double back or like,
I don't know.
no.
So listen, this is my thing. I don't want it back in the same capacity, but I also am a firm believer in your resilience dictates the strength of your relationships. Like I'm not saying that we got to come back how we were, but it's two things. Like some people I'm not never gonna be back cool with, but it's sometimes people can correct their action. Because sometimes people wronged you, and because they're in a certain area of their life where they don't see the wrong in it,
Hmm.
they couldn't do right by you.
I
Right?
ain't there yet.
You said
It didn't work for a reason.
in any capacity.
Any capacity.
I'm there on
Well,
the few.
no. We might be able to do. There might be a sexual.
I would say the dude.
Yeah, it might
You
be a
able to do
sexual
the dude.
thing, but even in that space, I don't even move the same. I'm
Mine's
very
is the
much
opposite. Once I don't like you,
a homebody. You know, stay at home. I don't be liking to do all that. That's nasty.
yeah. Once I, I was trying to keep this PG-13. If I like you or if I love you, and we rock with each other. I am a slut, you can never slut me out how you used to slut me out if I don't feel that way no more. Like you know what I'm saying, like. As far as relationships, like even when me coming back, I tried to double back on somebody before, and like it was good, but it wasn't like how I used
It
to
didn't.
be.
It didn't hit like it used
It didn't
to.
hit like it used to. And then I felt like I wasted my time. Now I'm mad.
Oh, that's like they changed it when they changed the recipe at a restaurant.
What?
Like, what is this?
What is who is this?
I'm screaming.
I felt like how did you
No, for real.
get here? Because why?
Why?
Why? And then I
No.
was mad at myself because maybe you knew that wasn't gonna hit the same.
My point exactly. That's why I don't do
You
it.
knew that wasn't gonna hit the same, and you knew it wasn't gonna hit the same because the reason why it hit the first time was because of your feelings. Because it definitely wasn't because of the equipment.
But also, too, I feel like maybe you're just better as a friend.
No, I don't want to be your friend.
If I'm not your friend, you're invisible.
And then that's what it's gonna be because I tell people all the time, like I don't befriend people that I've dated. If we dated before, you're not my friend. You might be my homeboy. Like, oh yeah, we cool. That's my homeboy, whatever. But we ain't friends.
There's love when I see
Because
you
when
out.
I get married, I honestly want to tell my husband, like, none of my friends I've slept with. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
and I think that's another sticky situation. People blur the lines of
Mhm.
situations and they try to bring them in, and then they no longer have any separation. And so you people keep crossing your boundaries because maybe you ain't got none.
Right.
You blurred them lines a long time ago.
I've learned that the hard way.
There is nobody I call my friend right now that I've slept with.
Well, I don't have many friends. Well, no, Shay, back in Houston, I was a hot boy. I'm not gonna hold you up. I was outside for sure.
Yeah.
But also too, with being outside, I learned quickly that in a space like that, you have to establish your boundaries quick because you will be thinking, oh, I'm fucking around and talking to this person, and lo and behold, somebody that you may have met at like a kickback or like a lounge or something, and you try to befriend, ends up being a nigga. Like, so it's a big city, but the community's small. So like, you just have to be a little bit more cognizant about how you move. But then also on the other token, some of them niggas don't give a fuck anyway. So
I was gonna say some of them don't care. And my thing is, some of these women don't care. Some of these men don't care. People just don't be caring. And I'm like, baby, I can't be the only person caring around here. I said, because if people knew how I could get it back in blood and I ain't been getting it back in blood out of respect for stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like just me being me and whatever. Like I feel like people really owe me stuff.
I don't want karma no more. I'm over it. I don't want none of the shit that karma is gonna bring to me. So I forego a lot of thoughts and processes
Mine was the
and things I want
opposite
to do.
because I don't really do things in that first. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like I was people karma.
Oh no, it could get dark over here.
You know, I definitely typically act out of retaliation. You know how I
Oh,
am
yeah.
with people.
Mhm.
You know I go hard for my people. I love my people down. You know what I'm saying? I go to war behind my people. But when it gets to the point where I feel like I've been going to war behind you, and you've been playing in my face.
Oh yeah, it gets a little crazy.
I ain't gonna lie, and I'll say his name on here. You remember how me and DJ went? That nigga said the last time I seen him, that he said the last time I seen him, that nigga said, I hate you less, but I still hate you.
Oh,
I didn't even do nothing though. like it was very minute what I did. Like it was very strategic. Like it was very calculated for sure. But baby,
Both
if
of
you
you
hate
is
me
crazy.
off of that, what I could have did.
both of you niggas was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm. I feel like that might be a good place to wrap this thing
Yeah.
up. What time is it?
We ain't gonna go into the things of the things on Hampton.
I miss Hampton.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Good times.
Good times. Dang. I don't even talk to a lot
Oh.
of
I am Switzerland, baby. I am Switzerland. I am a neutral party. I actually just was invited over to a former friend of yours house this past weekend. Interesting, but I had to have a conversation with their significant other to basically let them know that y'all should be okay just living in y'all bubble and stop trying to make things happen that don't need to happen. Just do y'all. Yeah.
This is my thing, right? And this is where I have not been mature at.
Mm-hmm.
I do very little to people. Like, I don't mess with people. I don't do much. So when you are attacking me
Mm-hmm.
and making it seem as though I've wronged you in ways that I haven't wronged you, I just personally take offense to that. Especially when, like, I've literally I've backed people up. Like,
Yeah.
you know me. Like, and so I'd be like, please stop playing with me. Please stop talking to me like my mama name ain't Joanne. Like, please stop playing with me like my daddy name ain't Fred. Cause like, I don't know who people think is gonna back down, but I ain't never been that one.
Mm-hmm.
And that's sweet, and that's, oh my gosh, I love everybody I could be. It can also be very much so.
It could go to hell quick.
Yeah, real quick with gasoline draws on.
Okay.
Like real quick. And so like, although I don't have no problem with nobody, I don't have a problem with nobody, right? But what I don't have for people also is respect. I don't respect you. Like, I don't have a problem with you, but I have no respect towards you. I don't have any, because you showed me that I shouldn't. Several people.
I'll say this, and this will be me wrapping this little tidbit up because I did segue it somewhere. I feel like when we have to go run to like our social media platforms and to basically post certain things to get a rise out of other people or for performative type of ways, I feel like you, the poster, you are the person who really has the issue, and you are the person who really has the problem, because if we don't fuck with each other and we don't care, you should never have to bring up a situation that we may have gotten into it about to post something in a roundabout way to try to address that and make me subconsciously feel away.
And why post something that you can't say in person?
That too.
If you go on my page, if you can go back for years and you don't see, I don't do subs.
Yeah.
I don't do that. Why? Because I say what I got to say in person.
And like, why am I giving you free promo?
Because now people are invested and they want to go research and see who you are and what you do.
We live for mess, because no shade. Like, if I see something popping off on the internet,
I'm reading all 118 comments.
I need to know what the fuck's going on, because I don't want to be out of the loop. So I'm gonna go back and forth.
And I be trying to figure out what made this so serious that you felt the need
compelled
to get on.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Mark's internet. And
yes, I'm gonna always be a journalist, baby. I can't help
what?
it.
Investigator.
Down. Call
What?
me 60 minutes, because I'm
What?
gonna figure it out. I'm gonna get to the bottom of it.
Listen, TMZ ain't got shit on me, okay? Because I'm gonna figure it out.
But yeah, I say that to say, y'all, let a lot of shit go. Let a lot of shit go, and your situations won't have to be sticky, because you be so cool and smoothed out and chill. That shit don't bother you, just roll off right off you.
Did y'all hear that deep breath?
Easier said than done. Definitely easier said than done, but I also feel like in this time frame and what we have going on in the world and around us in politics and the tariffs and all that type of stuff. Like we have a lot going on in our world. Like shit's happening.
Ooh, you just made my
So,
head hurt so bad.
exactly. So
that man got on there
to-
and said, "Y'all got 60, y'all got 30 minutes."
So to like be so wrapped up in shit that's going on down the block on a Facebook post or a social media post, or maybe leave it alone. Go
And this-
outside, touch some grass.
And this is my last tidbit. I swear it is, so that we can wrap this up. All of you people who felt like y'all didn't have a reason to vote,
Oh damn.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, this is your first show since the election.
yeah, this is my
Oh,
first show
yeah.
since
Get
the
your shit
election.
off.
Like, I don't understand. And I've had a conversation with a person who told me they were not voting because it did not matter anyway. A grown ass 40-something-year-old person. I just don't understand how you can actively know that it is a person who was running, who got elected at the time, who literally out of his mouth told you that if you vote for me this one time,
You won't have to ever vote
you won't
again.
ever have to vote again.
That's crazy.
You get what I'm saying? And so for you to, this man is pleading for his demographic to vote so that they don't have to vote anymore. And your argument is the vote don't matter. The vote mattered enough for him to plead for them to do it. So how do you feel like it didn't matter enough for you to be a part of as well? I said that's ignorance at its finest.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense, because he intends on trying at least to make good on every threat and promise that he has made.
But I this is random, but I don't think he's gonna make it all 4 years.
I don't think so either.
He's either gonna die of natural. Oh, I hate to say that, Lord. I'm sorry, but he's either gonna perish with natural causes, or there's gonna be another assassination attempt. Because you have to understand
The first one didn't happen. You talking about that one that he faked?
another.
Another? It's going to
but
be A.
When you're playing with people's livelihoods and stuff like that, you see how they got the man from United Healthcare.
Healthcare. And they posted that man job the same day. I said, let me go apply.
That you see how they got him.
I told somebody on Facebook, I'll run that company like Julius from Everybody
Listen,
Hates
I'm
Chris.
screaming.
I said, boy, we'll be a tight ship around that bad
But
boy.
like, yeah. So I get what you're saying, y'all. We gotta do a little bit more better, and at the local level too, because that's really where it counts, the local and state level.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, Milwaukee, y'all did y'all thing. You know what
Oh,
I'm saying?
yeah.
Because Milwaukee showed
Shout
up
out,
blue.
'cause I
Shout
definitely-
out to
Shout
y'all.
out, because that was another reason why I moved back home too, because Texas is extremely red.
What? I went to Atlanta for my birthday to see Jasmine Sullivan and Maxwell.
Mm-hmm.
I flew out by myself. I went by myself,
Mhm.
right? And my nephew chewed me out because baby, I was in what city? I wasn't in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
I stayed in another city. I can't remember.
Conyers,
No,
Commerce,
it was like 45 minutes out.
Stone Mountain.
No.
Um,
What? I stayed at a lake house.
you got an
the lake-
Airbnb?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The lake house that I stayed in was back road to
Oh, you were probably like out in Covington.
no, I've been to Covington. I've stayed in Covington. No, this was further.
Mm.
And so, but it was Trump signs everywhere.
Oh yeah.
I
With a whole bunch of plantation looking houses and shit.
yeah. And so let me tell you,
yeah.
I had never really paid attention to that because normally, like, I'm in Conyers or like the last two Airbnbs I had was like a fabulous gay man who loves me and I love him, and I should have stayed there. But no, I shouldn't have because I had a great time with my people. I take that back. I should not have stayed there. The first night I was a little like, wait a minute now. I ain't got no gun or nothing out
Listen,
here. I don't know nothing about these
out here in the
people.
country,
Out here in the
in
country.
the sticks.
Yeah, but people were very adamant, and I people had to realize, like, even people who don't believe in Trump wasn't gonna let Kamala win. Like,
Yeah.
they were like a black woman.
Okay, nope. That needs to be a whole nother show.
All right,
A whole nother show, because
all right.
I can in so many different
In so
aspects,
many
and so many
different
different facets.
Thank
So
you,
yeah.
Sam.
What up, Seb? So like, yeah, that could be a whole other. That should be the show for next week.
That's the show for next week. We're gonna talk about how y'all don't want to see black women win in so many different capacities in life. All right. We love y'all. I'm gonna say any closing thoughts. I'll try to leave on something positive.
Something positive. If you all aren't doing anything this Saturday, as some of you may know, if you follow my social media, I am at Man Cave Milwaukee now, bartending and
Whoop,
on the
whoop.
events team. So we do have a Sag Bash that's going on this Saturday, starting around 7 p.m. We doing $5 tequila shots all night. There's some other drink specials as well. I can't remember them off the top of my brain. If you need more information, please just stop by either the Man Cave Milwaukee page, or you can come to my page. I'll be posting the flyer and stuff like that. Yeah, and we got some things coming up. I'm trying to get this karaoke at the cave idea off the jump. So yeah, we're planning.
Period.
Yeah.
Friday, if y'all not doing anything, come see Move Groove. It's a band that I do sing with. I am one of the singers of Move Groove. We have a show Friday night at Ashley's Q2. There we go, on 87 in Lisbon. It's a good time. Food is great. I'm gonna come out on Saturday. Can you make me some water on ice? Because I'm not drinking.
Yes.
There we go. So
There'll be food too.
Okay. We can work with that.
Oh, and shout out to Monica.
Yes,
Shout out to
Monica, we love you.
Yes.
And shout out to the Man Cave. They just reached 5K with follows and likes, and we rooting for them because they are amazing. My company actually just had our holiday party there, and we had a great time. It's wonderful, great vibe, great people, great space. Downtown parking is downtown parking. Y'all is be all right.
Y'all
Get
go to
on that little
Brownstone.
train.
Y'all go to City Social.
And y'all do all of that.
Y'all
So
do
don't
all
worry
that.
about
So
it.
don't do that to
It's
Man
2
Cave.
parking lots, one half a block up and one a block over. Y'all'll be all right.
And also too, if y'all do have any events that are coming up and you want a nice space, I think our capacity is around 50 to 75 individuals. You want to do something intimate, just like Shonda said, they had their company party there.
It was a good time.
Hit up Monica. You can hit myself, and I could, be the catalyst to connect you to either Monica or Jeff. Yeah, let's support another beautiful Black-owned
For
business
sure.
in the city that's doing actually.
And I'll
good
also
things.
post it on the Dose page so you guys can have access to it through there. If you, but yeah, on a positive note for me, be beautiful, stay alert, but be beautiful, be happy, be loving. Like give your love out without depleting yourself. Take care of you. Go home. Take a self-care day. Rest. Get some mental rest. Do all of that. Love on you like I love y'all, and y'all have a great week.
Oh, random. What are you doing Sunday?
What's up?
You want to go to a brunch with me?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. All right. Love y'all.
Oh shit.
We still here. Tone. Oh.